They're gonna be talking about the terms they do when they approve your loan. What is it? Whatever that term is, I need that to be my pronoun.
My girls will go out to one ladies' night. That's it. You can go back with a rule book and everything. And these, what's coming to me? And these.
All right. Are y'all gonna kill me if I say, do we throw Michael when he got the skin color change?
Nope, I demand it. Nope, I'm walking off. Stroke. I'm walking off as a stroke.
He has a
No,
disease.
it's got to be a stroke. No.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I was just asking a question. First of all,
dollars for a stadium to be built outside of Buffalo.
We have to talk not about just individual behaviors, but about the system, right?
Realize that these credit bureaus, there's nothing federal about it.
So for the believers, it's just like, I have to believe, the God in her, just like she has to believe it in me.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Like and subscribe and tell a friend. About 4 brothers down here on this YouTube channel. My brothers from another mother. How was your week? How you been? Derek, talk to me. Come with it, baby.
Hey man, everything is everything, man. I'm just let me tell you something. I've been really just in single-minded on a few things of a personal level. All I will say is that people, whatever you do, we're all men of a certain age. We're getting up there in age, man. Take care of your affairs. It's never too late or early to think about getting a will, getting trust put together for your family, start doing a little elder care, thoughts for yourself. You know what I mean? Protect yourself as you get older, protect your families. Let me tell you something, man. It is so very, very, very serious. And I have been engrossed in that for a multitude of reasons. I recently lost my father, obviously. So I'm definitely, as a result of that, there are some things that have definitely been heavily on my mind, and that is one of them. So that has been in my spirit and in my time. So, I want to shout out my boys. They got me outside. I was outside this weekend, man. I finally got outside. In the rain. It didn't even matter. My boy makes this, my homie, he makes this huge 25-pound snappers, man. You know what I'm saying? Goes against the whole snapper, hooks it up, man, bakes it. And let me tell you something, it is the most amazing fish that you've ever had. When he's done with it, I went with him, dropped that off in Brentwood at a party, my man's 50th birthday out there, his partner's 50th birthday. And I'll keep telling this dude, man, to get a business or do something, man, with this snapper, man. It is amazing, man. People call him in all the time for this fish. As a matter of fact, you'll actually see it. I think it's on my Instagram page somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You'll see some of his work. But anyway, I got a chance to go out there, put me into a nice situation, nice party out in Brentwood. Great food, great music, great company. Shout out to my man who makes it Marty Multi-Service and my man Say Swa, who also came with us. And we came out and we had a really good time. It showed me a really good time, man, while I was out there helping my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? And it was all out there, man. You call it, it was there. So had a good time, man. And came back, man, and now I'm ready to do this thing with y'all, man. Life is good so far, man. I'm coming back, man. I'm bringing myself out of the sand a little bit, get my head out the sand a little bit. So, that's what it is, man. So I'm looking forward to the night show. Shout out everybody for checking us out. Damien, man, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, but I want to also shout you out for what you said because, there's a lot of times when we go through things and we get into this funk and we may never really get out of it, but you're talking about bringing yourself out of it and doing some things, getting outside, being with your boys, seeing the game. And it's important for black men to hear other black men talking about dealing with some of those things, because loss is a terrible thing, right? How do we
Yeah.
deal with it? Most people don't know. And most of us are taught that we can't share our feelings, right? So, or we're not allowed to, or we're shamed for it. So I just want to shout you out just off of that. Shout everybody else out.
Thanks, Sean.
I also want to shout out my family, man. We going through it, but I feel like the family is coming closer together to work through things, and there's very little, or very, you can't ask for more, right? So I just want to shout out my family. Some of them might even be watching, listening in. So I want to just tell them I love them and
Right.
appreciate them.
Love, honor,
Um,
respect to you and yours, brother. For real.
Thank you. Thank you. Same to everybody here and everybody else paying attention, everybody across the world. Shout out to Emmanuel. I love you, miss you. It's like sister of mine. We went to college together, great friend, great family, all of that. My week was okay. Some struggles, some ups, some downs. I'm moving forward with my business ventures and stuff. So slow progress, but progress. But also I seen some amazing sports games. And I know we're not talking about sports. We don't want to spend the whole time talking about it, but what's up with the Knicks? I'm not in New York anymore, so I could talk a little recklessly. I see that Yankees, but you know the Knicks is a part of that Yankees tradition. They didn't have Jimmy Butler. Like no excuse. They don't got Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and you struggling. They should be like, oh yeah, what do we? How many more days till we get to the conference finals? Now they like, oh, can we win it in 7? It's like, what? Y'all supposed to take that, but
man. You gotta get used to it, brother.
used to it.
We gotta get used to it, man. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh man. And I know the Jets, you about to talk about a little bit about the Jets. So I'm hoping they don't have this Knicks energy right now. I need them to come in with some type of real swagger. Like, look, we got the advantage. We're going to take advantage of it. We're going to win. And oh my God, the playoffs has been crazy. So if y'all don't like, if y'all don't like basketball, this is the best time to get into it because it's going crazy. Outside of that, I'm doing pretty good, man. Kelvin, how was your week?
You know what it is for a brother over here. I'm just maintaining. First of all, Derek, I've been where you're at, man. You know that. I've been where you're at, man, and nothing like your dad. So listen, take some time, man. Believe me, it's a slow heal. Just definitely take some time, And as far as you, Damien, I know you're definitely praying for your family as well. You're a strong young brother, and so definitely praying for you. There's a couple of things I want to say. First of all, we have to do something about it. I don't want to sound like the person always complaining, but we have to do something about two things. One of them is, what's the story with all these solicitations on a cell phone? I mean, I get 40 calls a day. Yes, it's Kelvin. I'm like, well, who did you call? Right? And then, so we hear from Energy Savers. I'm like, well, man, I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hide from the student loan people. Here they go soliciting. You know what I'm saying? Then the other thing is this. Somebody, I don't know where my name and number is floating around in South America somewhere, but somebody is out there. This woman contacted me on WhatsApp, and she's like, "Hi, how you doing? How's everything?" I'm like, "I'm good." Are you single? What's that? And I'm like, "Miss, who was this exactly?" She's like, "No, I just think we should get to know each other and stuff like that." So she's like, "Can you send me a picture?" I'm like, I said, "Can you send me a picture?" And then of course she said she sends some picture with her and a little baby and this, that, and the third. I don't know where all this foolishness is coming from. It absolutely makes no sense. But anyway, she and I are engaged now. And see what I'm saying?
But you know your lady from Cancun?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was hoping it was her. Lord, they don't know each other. But no, on the real level, but no, all this stuff has got to stop. But on the sports front, I really, really I'm enjoying the playoffs. The playoffs are crazy right now. I've never seen anything like it. I'm gonna make a prediction. I think these Knicks are gonna wind up playing the Sixers for the Eastern Conference Final. So I gave up on them. All right. Let me tell you something. I got a bad haircut situation. My man was cutting me and the guard flew off. So I didn't want to get into it. But the guard came off and I'm over here looking like 21 Dalmatians. So I had no choice.
Like a slot receiver.
They calling me Patchy over here. You know what it is. But I got to do as I always do when I bring it across the timeline. I got to throw it to the point guard extraordinaire, my man in your program, D, the man, the orchestrator, the devastator. What's the deal, baby? What's going on?
Everything's good, man. Sports has been good. The NFL draft was pretty cool. Giants got some picks. Happy with that. One of the picks that the Jets got is a kid from Lincoln High School from Brooklyn. The running back, he's from Lincoln High School, and the Giants, this guy named Riley, he's from down in New Bern, North Carolina, down there. So it's kind of dope. I was happy with the draft and everything.
In other words, you mentioned the black players that was taken. I got you, D.
So yeah, except for the white, the other kid's a white boy, but listen, I like what the Jets did, man. I'm really, I was gonna root for the Jets. I hope they do be productive. Hope they actually win and play the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Let's do it. I'll sign for that right now.
Fair enough. But basketball's been great. But the thing, what's been? You see, in my week, it's been a struggle, hard week. I tell you now, there's so many people I have been dealt with in my past. I'd rather have the first COVID, the 2020 COVID again, than deal with these people. I'm a mess person. I gotta go do long haul of study on Friday. So I'd rather have that than deal with some people that's been in my life, brother. Damn. Give me the cough, give me the pneumonia, give me all that good shit. Because I know that should go away in a couple of weeks.
But the natives last forever. And I mean that in general, David. In general, that could be anybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Lincoln High School. That's where I used to work at, man. When I was at so that's what it's dear to me on that one, Sean. But everything else, man, is good. But no, I didn't realize something. So tonight, I supposed to have some medication get delivered here, right? And the doctors I mess with, they're Russian. They got a whole system, bro. There's a certain medicine that's hard to get. They connect. They connect is delivering it tonight to my crib. Messed up on the address. Yo, we be there in the morning. But everybody down the line is Russian, and they realized that they got a heads up on us because they came over here different than us. So they keep working with each other harder and harder and harder, so they keep doing that. And then we go to so many different people. They stick with their system. Doctor, the pharmacy, everybody is their people. And they coming out to South Jamaica. Well, no problem dropping that joint. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's crazy, man. And they connect us so well. I don't have to wait for it like other people have to wait for it. That's the difference. People are waiting weeks for it. I call them, boom, yo, I'll be there on Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing, man. But but everything else is good, man. Everything's good, man. Let's get it rocking, man. We got guests tonight, all kind of stuff tonight, man. Oh, what's the comment before you go?
Jeez. Hey, my brothers, Amir Moore. Kelvin doing double duty as an offensive coordinator.
Oh my God. Look like a wide receiver coach.
He do look like come on, man. Yeah.
What's up, Norette? What's up? And also I gotta shout my boy Maurice Shirley out. I saw him earlier. A comment. That's my man.
Yeah, also Kelvin, he looked like an R&B singer coming.
What's up, Maurice?
Yeah.
I was about to say, all he need is a herringbone chain, right?
Yo, that's a good idea, yo. That's a good idea.
Anybody do the
you got more than just one international woman hitting you up after if you put the chain on. It's on now.
All right, you go to the Time Warner cruise, the jazz R&B jazz cruise. You want to get on that? A Motown
Jordan joint, right?
On a Motown 50 or something.
You're doing brother foul. You're doing brother roll.
Oh, no, I'm just playing, man. So let me see. We got a little relationship joint here, man. A woman ends a relationship with a good man. Jamie, can you play the clip for us, please?
So earlier this year, I ended a relationship and cut off an engagement from a great man. He was a good man. He loved God. He was a praying man. He loved and adored me. He was there for me. He was handsome. He was well educated. He didn't have any kids. He checked all the boxes. But there was still something missing. And I just knew that I could not go through with this marriage. There was just something that did not connect. I felt that there should have been a connection between he and I in order for me to be his wife. And so I cut off the engagement. And it was so difficult because he was a good man. It's easy when a person is not good. You can justify why you cut things off. But when a person is truly a good person, it's hard to explain. So I found myself trying to explain it to family and friends, and they were asking me a whole bunch of questions that, I could not say, exactly why, other than the fact that I just did not feel the connection. There was something that was not there that I needed to be there in order for this to be my husband. And so I stopped trying to explain it, and I just trusted my decision, and I went on. But then I got an epiphany, and it was just like, have you ever been shoe shopping? And you saw a nice pair of shoes and it's like, ooh, I love the color. I love the style. The heel is the right size and it's a reasonable price. Like it's on sale and it's a good shoe. But then when you approach the shoe, you see that it's a size 6 and you need a size 7. Does it take away from the fact that the shoe is a good shoe? Does it take away from the fact that you're getting a great deal for the quality? Does it take away from the fact that the heel is still the right size? It doesn't matter. All of that still makes the shoe is still good. But if it's not your size, it's not the shoe for you. And so that is what I had to accept. Yes, he was a good man. But what that feeling was is that he was not a great fit for me. It didn't take away from who he was, but it was just confirmation that he was not a good fit for me. And that leads me to say that some of us are trying to force relationships when we know they don't fit. It doesn't mean that the person is not good. It doesn't mean that they are not good-hearted people. It just means that they're not a good fit for you. So free them up. Don't continue to settle for things that you know is going to cause discomfort in the future. Me purchasing a size 6 shoe when I wear a 7 is discomfort. Don't do it.
Well, I never a good person being a discomfort. That's different. Good people usually do well for you. But go ahead. So go ahead.
Wait, before you get started, Damien, let me just say we will never get anywhere as people. I just want to say that station identification. I'm sorry.
I'm not giving up.
Go ahead, Damien. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Damien.
I don't want to. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop myself. This is gonna be a positive episode. This is gonna be a good episode. Nikisha, hey, what's up? We love you.
What up, baby?
It's all positivity.
Sure, says you want a bedroom
bully.
All right, Kelvin. If you promise to pray for me, I will say some of the things that cross my mind. You can start to scroll early, Jamie. Can I start with Bobby Brownjaw? Was that there was no semblance?
Oh shit.
No. Was there a little bit of Bobby Brownjaw there?
I started seeing a little of the David Ruffin lip that was.
God damn.
Don't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Should I keep? I don't.
No, don't go in on it for that.
Let's go on the topic.
Yeah, go on the topic.
See, positivity. I appreciate y'all. Y'all didn't let me go down the path. Y'all didn't let the enemy use me. No. Kelvin, thank you for not letting the devil use me. I appreciate you. I was just gonna take it somewhere else.
It says at least she had enough sense to get out the damn way, so his real love can come into his life. So wait, we're comparing men to shoes now. Okay.
Yeah, hey, go Rick, get right to it, boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shauna says that happens. You have to know what works for you.
Yeah, and I can dig that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny, what up, man?
What's going on? Man? He said, y'all been lying to us. Size does matter.
Yeah, because can I add on to that, please, respectfully? Because I feel like she was the one who disrespected Big Ron in the text, and that's who's actually reading that video. And then I was like, if this did her bang size fit too? Because her bangs look.
What all right, she left herself open for that. There's no. I mean, you had to take that one. I'm gonna mute myself. No, I'm gonna tell you this is my thinking. First of all, I don't really love the shoe comparison thing. First of all, because what you did was you knew the shoe was a 6. But in this case, you took it home anyway. You accepted the man's engagement. Okay. Other thing is he checked about 9 boxes, good looking, educated, no kids, a good man, all these different things. But there's something that's missing. So if you're talking about something spiritual that we can't discern or that's intangible, then the problem is that you notice that. See, I've seen too many people. They don't have the same standard for certain guys. So there's people that will take the guy that's abusive or negative and all these things, have all these things wrong with him and try to correct it. It almost seems like the man just wasn't dysfunctional. It wasn't dysfunctional enough. It wasn't enough for you to work on, and that's why your family can't understand it. You can't even articulate, if you say, hey, I just didn't love the man, then if that's the case, then don't accept his engagement. But you break up with this man who has done all these things right, and by your admission has treated you well. I'm starting to wonder if people understand what love is about or how to be loved. I mean, what other benchmark does the man have to clear? Now, if you feel like there's just something there, at least be able to identify what the something is. At least be able to say, you know what I'm saying? Because now this man that did all that, you're going to find somebody else that got 10 great things. What does the next guy have to do? Levitate? I mean, at the end of the day, what does next guy have to do? I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? There has to be something, and the man does everything right. So that was the problem. You do have a right to choose or not to choose, but for you to say the shoes are 6, you wear 7, you accepted his engagement. And it depends on how long you engaged and why did you accept his engagement? After you got engaged, you realize there's something I just can't put my finger on it. Are you looking for something unrealistic? So that's the thing. Now, what bothers me is now, 3-4 years from now, when you go deal with Ray Ray and got 5 kids by him and he don't come home, now you go looking for this dude. That's the problem I have.
Some people might be addicted to the drama.
Respect everything. Everything you said, man.
She might be.
Some people are just love junkies, man. You know, you also have to factor that in. I just call them love junkies. People who are just addicted to like the beginning or the newness of the relationship, and then after a while they can't get. She said, "I thought the shoe was a metaphor for a body part."
Big Ron.
All jokes aside, I agree with Kelvin. Yeah, you know, but no, seriously, you know what I mean? Sometimes some people are just love junkies. They're addicted to the newness of it. It gets worn down, and then they got to go and seek the high again with someone else. It could be that, you know, but also, you know, love is not logic either. You know what I mean? So you can't just necessarily use logic when you communicate with other people. The only way you can communicate is using logic, and this is not something. There's nothing logical necessarily about love. You know what I mean? It's all feeling, all emotional. It's some, you know, intuitive, esoteric thing that you can't ever put.
Oh, Derek throwing it out there tonight, brother.
That's a $5 word. All right,
coming back.
so that's what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what, you know. You there's nothing that you can do with it, man. It's not going to ever make any sense to you or anybody else. You know. So this is what I would do if I were you, and blah blah. It's just not going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she did mention about 7 or 8 things listed that he was amazing and how he treated her. And she still was able to find something that she said didn't really work. And then I started to think, is it something that she doesn't want to say? Because she tried to go through a whole mental gymnastics, and this might be a little bit of a stretch, but honestly, it seemed like she might have an idea of what it is. He don't do what Big Ron does. And that could be the thing. But it sounds like she had a list of all the things he does well. She couldn't say one thing he didn't do right by her. So now what is it? It has to be something tangible because she did accept the engagement, right? So she thought it was going to work. She had to at least think it was a good idea.
That's the whole thing. She accepted an engagement the same way you accept a new car or whatever. You know what I mean? It makes logic. It's not logical sense, but it doesn't mean anything. She says, yeah, give her a year. She'll be in this text talking about, hey, big head. Absolutely.
Yep. Right.
You know? And he did check the great sex box.
Big Ron. Look at that. So can I ask y'all a question now?
Yeah.
What do y'all think happens if she ends up in a relationship with somebody else and they ask her, you know, what happened between your last, or she goes on a date and it's like, what happened between you and your last boyfriend? Oh, I was engaged. Oh, wow. Tell me about it. Oh, he was perfect. He was a praying man. He paid for things. He took care of me. He ain't have no kid. And something was missing. It's like, and you're listening to that. How does a man respond to there was just this one thing missing? And it's like, well, you done named 10, 15 things that was great. What was missing? I don't know. It's like, what? Now, how do you place trust and faith in that woman that you can actually get to this position with that you might be looking for when she don't even know what happened wrong with the last person?
You can get to a point. Let me tell you something. Life is in stages. In one stage, you may want somebody to rock the bells. Then you want somebody that can pay the bills. So you're gonna have to make a decision. It's a rough economy out here. Keep getting fly. There's a bunch of dudes can rock the bells. But I'm talking about that coming home from work. That's a different story.
Yeah, long time ago, I heard that. What you saying, Damien? I'd have probably hit it like 3 times and then ghosted. I'm keeping it a buck. Just on purpose. We know it's not gonna go nowhere. Like I know you're gonna be a headache. Hit it.
She should have had enough common sense to gaslight him first, make him go upside her head, and then she could use that as an excuse. Oh, he used to beat me. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something like that. I'm telling you.
But
respect to the comment, Narette. Sorry, go ahead, Calvin.
There we go. Here we go.
Oh, not my man.
Jerry got 2 in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, but now if she resorts to lying, that becomes a whole different so now you already did. Yeah, that's crazy just to think about it.
Yeah, and I don't think she's lying. I think she's being authentic. I think that there is a way to let somebody know, listen, I'm not interested. What I'm saying is you don't get everything. There's nobody perfect. You don't get everything. So when you get the major thing, he loved God, he treats me well, he's educated, he had no kids, he loves me. I don't know what else the man can do. You know what I'm
He
saying?
also was trying to marry her too. So it was like, I'm
That's what
also
I'm saying.
trying to marry
I
you.
don't
On
get it
top of
either,
that,
man, but hell no.
you know, I mean, I guess some people they feel comfortable in their choices, and I think
And
she
then she
did
like
feel
he
comfortable in
handsome.
it.
He like I'm like, is it you? Do you like dudes? I mean, like, what else the man got to do?
Kelly,
maybe, yeah.
It's better to end it though because she's not disclosing at all. She needs to do her work. Yeah, and at the end of the day, and I think it seemed like she knew that on some level. You know what I mean? That's why she did break it up with him. You know, she did break up with him. She knows she's not ready. Sometimes she's not ready, you know? Ortiz says
You're not
Ortiz, she can't lie. She is online telling the truth. Yeah. You know?
Ooh,
She
y'all
doesn't
was
want us
talking
going
about
through
how like
accountability.
and it goes back. Sorry, I'm just bringing it full circle, but y'all was talking about what there's something missing with her, like, and yeah. So anyway, go ahead. I don't want to keep this going.
There you go, girl. Yeah, Kelvin. She talking to Kelvin. My husband's got everything. Yeah, there you go, sweetie.
That's what's right. Everybody knows Derek.
Respect.
You know what it is. And to add to whatever he got a scroll too. Look, he brings more. Even the scroll coming to Derek. The guy gangster out here.
Yeah, fear closing doors, etc. Okay, all right.
Any more? So I want to go to the next one real quick, man. What would you do if this happened to you? This is a clip, I believe it's from a movie, but this is scripted. But what would you guys do? Jamie?
Oh, Dara, how's it?
I'm going to take your husband and fuck him 6 weeks from Sunday. Maybe when I'm done with him, you can have him back. If he wants to come back.
Dara.
This doesn't concern you. This is between me and your wife.
Benga, are you going to let her speak to me like this?
Oh, he can't help you. Now I take it that we will not need to have this conversation again.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this. Tyler Perry must have a segment in Africa that he's doing or something. Because let me tell you something. There's not a woman I know that wouldn't have got up and slapped the fireworks out that woman. I'm dead serious. Like, you can do all this side chick if you want. A woman that's married to a dude, invested time in him, gonna sit there and let somebody undress her like that. She'd have got up and slapped fire out of both of them. I'm talking about quick, the women I know.
Oh man, I was waiting for the gunplay. I thought there was gonna be more clips to it, man.
Right.
I'm not.
Thank you.
I'm not even mad at the chick. I'm mad at the dude. You ain't got your hoes in check. You know, like you ain't rolling up on me like that. Like, yo, mom, you bugging. Like, you don't fuck this whole thing up. Like, yo, come on, we know we got a good thing. Don't do that shit. Like, you wild.
Can I just say the movies that crossed my mind? You know that movie Tombstone? You know that movie Young Guns 1 and 2? You know the movie the Professional with Jean Reno? I thought it was gonna be gunplay like that. At least Face Off. Like I swore it was like, oh, she getting blasted. It's gonna be on some Lethal Weapon 1 through 8.
I'm like D with it though. First thing dude should have got up and says, "Keep my wife name."
Yo, but he's bugging. I mean, maybe that goes down in Africa like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say not in this country, because in this country it would have been a straight everything.
Oh,
yeah, I'd be interested.
I think it's on Amazon, I believe. Oh man, I can't think of the name. I gotta look it up.
I gotta check that out. I'd like to see that.
That's too unrealistic for me. I'm sorry. There's no way. There is no way.
Man, you moving to whatever
African country.
Oh my God! Is the chat going crazy?
Yeah.
Can you scroll the chat?
Grabbing time.
What's up, Nesson?
Yeah, she is gross taken. Earrings and heels off. Oh man, seriously, you're a Huckleberry.
Huckleberry. I'll be a Huckleberry.
It would at least been Star Trek with the little lasers.
Something would have happened.
Because it's not even a love thing, it's a respect thing. Like, even if the wife was like, he and I ain't making it, whatever, you still not gonna disrespect what I, you know what I'm saying, brought to this table, regardless.
Styles P got this song and it go like, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the leg, in the back, you know, stuff like that. That's all. I'm just thinking about
no shooting. It would have been no shooting. It'd have been that old-fashioned stomp out. There would have been no shooting. That'd been too easy. No. She'd have drugged her all over that restaurant.
You mean the Draymond Green stomp out?
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, this is how you should have played it though. After that, right? You see how his wife didn't get up. He said, "Damn, I might be able to work this out." Let me see if I get sister wives. He should have been got his pimp game on harder than right then. Say, yo, let me see. Oh, this how you're acting. Let me see. And then
because you don't have the audacity. You don't have the audacity to step to a dude's wife like that. Like that's the unrealistic part. That is somebody's wife. That regardless, and any man worth anything is not gonna let you disrespect his wife. He ain't gonna let you disrespect maybe his ex-wife sometime. Like you just not gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? And she look around. You gonna let her talk to me like that? No. The women I know, that old Supton Boulevard, Guy Brewer, Farmers Boulevard. Oh no.
Sean getting
ain't
him
no mountain high enough.
It wouldn't have even been words. It'd have been a look.
Wigs with me.
Sean get him a goodie packet. Sean, I got a whole story about something like that long time ago when I traveled, when I bought a whole bunch of stuff to a small country. Long time ago. I had a good time. Long time ago.
Oh, that's it says. I think this speaks more about how women are conditioned to compete for men. Okay.
Hey, this Western society got us messed up. I'm supposed to have like 3-4 wives.
Nah, man, that's too much responsibility, bro.
man.
I gotta call Kelvin for another wedding.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Y'all wild for this.
So listen, tonight we're gonna have a special guest coming on tonight.
You're a restriction.
Hey, quiet, woman, quiet. That's on my set.
The wife looked like she wanted to outsource sex.
Damn. Yo, EOT's is fire.
We just let the comments do the talking. We just introduce something and let them go.
He got that. He gonna come back. It was the mule, Paul. It was the mule.
Show us on the doll where she punched you. Like,
let me start this all over this introduction again. Let me get it again. So today we got a special guest coming on tonight. It's my man, but we're gonna talk. We want to show his clip to his business and what he's doing. Jamie, with this IV business that he's going on, he's refreshing, hydrating people and stuff like that. Jamie, let's go to the commercial before we bring on my man.
Purify IV got started through a friend of mine coming to me with a great idea, a great concept that started out through a friend of his in Swanee, Georgia.
One of the medical doctors is my best friend, so I thought it would work well here in Cornelius in the Charlotte area. One of the things that inspired me to open up this space was the overall wealth and wellness and clinical feel.
A good way of looking at it is we have a drip for pretty much any occasion. So whether it's performance recovery, let's say you're into performance, you're an athlete, or you train, or you run, cross train. We attend several of those type of events, so we have a drip for that.
We have something for the average person. If you had a long weekend, of course, the most well-known is the Myers cocktail. We have something for women, skin, hair, nails, and of course we have something for immunity.
The effects pretty much are immediate in terms of what people feel. They feel energized and feeling refreshed. I had one friend of mine who followed up with me a day or two later. She just felt like she was glowing. She had the nail hair and skin. So she said, I just feel like there's extra glows for whatever reason. So I said, well, I'm pretty sure it's the benefit of the drip.
When you come and visit Purify IV, you can expect a warm, inviting space. We want to take your mind off of coming to a medical clinic. We are a wellness clinic, but we're more of a med spa feel. It's warm, it's relaxing. You can sit down in a massage chair. You can sit down in one of our private rooms, recline back, watch television. We want to create an experience for our clients.
What separates us a lot in terms of comparison to other IV hydration spaces is that we make all of our drips very fresh. Everything has to come direct from the pharmacy and has to meet certain specs.
So we actually have mobile services. We go to Mooresville area, Charlotte area, Gastonia area. We could come to you.
My personal goal at the end of each day is to hydrate as many people as possible, and everybody can feel as rejuvenated as we do.
You want to stay hydrated, you want to be hydrated, you want to be rejuvenated, and of course you want to be well.
WCCB Charlotte's Carolina Insight is brought to you by Purify IV Charlotte.
Without further ado, my good friend, Gordon Patterson.
Good evening.
What up, man?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
How you doing? All right. How you doing?
All right. How's it going?
All right.
So Gordon, man. So explain, like most black people, we wear drip. You putting drip in people on. So explain to what your drip is different from the stuff we always hear in the streets. That kind of drip. What is this drip? How does it help people out? And how Black people receiving what you're giving?
Okay, so I mean, we're in wellness is a very big push in our society, right? So everything is about speed, fast, efficiency. So the way this whole thing works is a new way of taking, a new formal way of taking vitamins. So you're having it directly injected into your bloodstream versus what we've all known is pill form, right? So when you take a pill, it's really based off your kind of your gut health is how that absorption all takes place. So obviously you take a pill, it goes into your stomach, it gets broken down. It takes a few days to even, really hit your system before you even start to feel it, right? This gets directly injected into your bloodstream. So it's at a 98% absorption versus 50%, which you'll get from a pill. So that's kind of the concept really came about from when we had the whole thing with COVID, right? So they tried to figure out a different way to push toxins out of your body and also create more immunity to prevent, to get ahead of everything, and also create a space. So that's kind of where the concept came from a Purify perspective. So we've been doing this since July, but I mean, it's been around for a long time. It's very big out west, very big in Vegas, got very popularized from people who got hangovers and needed to push the alcohol out of their system. So it was very big out there, and I think it's taken root on the East Coast, and I've started to see a lot more of these pop-ups, a lot more people who are doing the injections, doing the drips. And so we're kind of in that vein right now. We're in that place. So we're expanding. We have a spot in Atlanta. This was the second spot we opened up out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Cornelius to be exact. We have another spot that's opening up in Tennessee. So we're growing. So, we're looking to franchise, and that's kind of where we're at as a business.
What do people come? Is it a repeat thing, or do people come maybe periodically, or is there something that people work into their weekly or monthly schedule?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's a great question.
They freeze? Am I frozen?
No, I think we may be
Packages,
losing them.
obviously we have discounts, but yeah, you got to keep.
Froze.
I'm sorry, you had a question.
No,
we lost you for a moment, Gordon. If you could repeat that, we lost you for just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So to track back to the last question, people do take it repetitively. It's just like anything. If you took your vitamins, you're going to take your vitamins, whether you're taking them every day, every week, every month. And I get some great and funny responses because, you got people who take like pill pop. They'll take like 5, 6, 7, 8 pills. They'll just line them up across the counter. And this prevents all of that. You know what I mean? And so instead of spending all that, once you try to drip and you feel the results, a lot of people do make the conversion. So we have a lot of that going on. So it's kind of a funny transition because we're spending a lot of time educating our clients. A lot of people aren't familiar with it. Go ahead.
No, that's your question. So like, that's good to know because I know a lot of women take like iron pills, right? And it seems like they constipate women. So do they have do you have an iron drip for women too? And how do people pay for this? Is it cash or insurance or how is it?
Well, you can't pay for it through insurance. You pay cash, you can pay card, we have financing. There are several things that are designed for women. We have 11 different drips. We have a drip that's specially designed for nail, hair, and skin. We have drips that have copper in them, zinc. It's got all kinds of mineral and vitamins. It really depends on what you're going for. So when you come in, we put you through a consultation and we find out what you're looking for to get from the drip, and we'll make sure that's in your bag because they're all made fresh. It's not like something that's shipped to us. We make it fresh, so you get it right on site. And yeah, I mean that's what we're doing right now.
And how many times will a person have to come in? Like once a month, once a week? What is it?
It depends on how much they take because there are different liters. But I would say in general, 3 weeks to a month. And the prices can range anywhere from $75 to $150.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't want to take all the questions, yo. This is my man. I love talking to him.
It sort of reminds me of I remember hearing professional athletes would sometimes take an IV drip, you know what I mean, after a game.
Right.
Like I don't know, once me being of course a boxing fan, I remember Floyd Mayweather once took an IV drip, and there was a little bit of controversy for that, right? So I guess it comes from that as well, you know. So
Yes.
The question I guess also is what happens afterwards. Does it make you use the bathroom more, or what? You know, what are some of the side effects? Someone asked, Marsha also asked, any side effects?
Well, it has to leave your body some way, right?
Right.
but it depends on really how dehydrated you are. Depending on the person, it's going to vary. Like we just did what's called a Mad Miles event. We just did this yesterday. So they had about probably 600, 700 people out there, and they ran. And a couple of people, you know, they end up throwing up somewhere along the line or whatnot. And fortunately, we have registered nurses on site that consist and pull you up to the tent, and we can help get you properly hydrated, because it's something that we kind of take for granted, especially in our community.
Gordon, what I like is the facility. How important is the setting? It looks like you guys went to great lengths to make sure that the place has a very, very serene, comfortable setting. So speak to that a little bit.
Okay. Another great question. We wanted to create a more inviting type of space. We wanted to set it up. It's a wellness clinic, but we wanted to set it up like a lounge. So when you come in, we got some nice relaxing music playing. We got some massage chairs, so you can get a drip anywhere in our site. We got what we call a drip bar. If you want to hang out at the bar, sort of like a Starbucks, you want to pop up on a laptop. It's not something I would do. I want to lay back and kick back and just relax and listen to some sounds and just, you know, chill. But it's really up to you. You come into the space and we kind of cater to whatever you're looking to do for that day. You know, we have a private room set up for, you know, you may want to do a couples night. You know what I mean? You want to go in there and kick back. We got a TV in there. If you want to chill and get your drip that way, that's another way you can do it. So it's really depending on the person.
And it's about,
so instead of
go ahead, Danny.
Instead of Netflix and chill, it's like Netflix and drip or something like that. Is some type of situation.
Yeah, again, we're bringing something new, something different to the table with that. So we want to do something that would be unconventional, yet stay in our lane.
Yeah, I would say.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead. I know.
No, Damien, go ahead. No, Damien, go.
I was just thinking, what has the response been like in the community? And I think it was mentioned a little bit earlier, because you know, generally in our community, there's a little bit of a distrust for the Western medical field and doctors and things like that. So, is there a different form of a sense of community because it's coming from one of our own? There's research and information backing it. You know what I mean? And so what has that real response, community response been like?
Okay. Yeah. Again, that's a great question. I would say there's been very little pushback in terms of people not trusting the science behind it. The biggest, I guess, complaint we get is, you know, people who are fearful of needles or getting stuck and stuff like that. So, you know, like I said, all of our nurses are, you know, they've been a great experience, registered nurses. So it's really a walk in the park for most of them. So it's really no issue finding your vein and getting that whole thing started. The process can take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, but you know, we're not kicking anybody out the door. If you want to hang out, you know, we'll fix you a mimosa, whatever. So again, we're a little on the conventional side, but you know, we like I said, we like to cater to our customers.
So you have a drink and drip segment, like a you could be drinking and dancing and dripping at the same time. You be stuck here and
we ain't got too many people dancing, but like I said, you know, you can kick back. We'll have some fruits out for you, stuff like that. You know, we got some water, mimosas, stuff like that, especially on a Sunday afternoon if the weather's really, really nice. You know, so again, we have an inviting space, and we also rent it out as well. So people they come in, they want to do seminars, or they want to do a bachelorette party, things like that. So it's very, very flexible.
Gordon, that person that's come. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go. I go after you. Go ahead.
That person that has come to you and said, "Hey, I was a little skeptical about this, but it actually just changed my life." How are those stories? I'm sure there's been people that have probably come to you to say, you know, I just gave it a try, but now it's something that I just really can't see myself not doing.
Yeah, because the simplicity of it and how easy it is to administrate, and to kind of once you start doing it and you get accustomed to it, it's hard to go back to taking pills and things like that because the feeling is just different.
Gotcha.
So let me ask you a question. I know y'all can make a lot of money if y'all got this drip. Do y'all have the Viagra drip?
You know what? I did have that idea. We don't have it yet. I know they'll be breaking down my door if we get a
bro. You get that? You can have dudes down all the way to Columbia, South Carolina, brother.
So I need you to break this down, Demar. What are they doing? But right before the club, they're gonna get the drip and then try to go to the club?
Nah, the drip might last longer. The drip might be like a 7-day package. You put the drip in on a Monday, you rock hard the next Monday.
Oh my God. And you're gonna
That's
walk around for days like that. I don't know about that, man. Listen.
Yo, you could call it the Mega Man pack.
You know what I'm saying? Word up.
You know, like I said, I played around. You know, I threw that out there a couple of times.
I'm
but,
telling you,
that's
man.
something that's down the road. But yeah, that'd be a great idea, man. I'm
telling you, listen,
that's a money maker. Sounds like a money maker, sure.
They'll get rid of abortions. They ain't gonna get rid of no dick hard pills. Ain't no dick hard liquid. I'll tell you right now. They ain't gonna nobody protesting. No hard dicks. Ain't never gonna see that. Never gonna see that shit. Ever.
Leave it to Demond.
Yes.
I gotta get used to calling you Demond. I'm so used to calling
you. Call me Didi, man. You call me Didi, man.
That sounds funny, man. Rolling off my lips. I'm like, Demond. Okay. Well,
yeah, man. So, Jamie, play a couple of comments, man. I want to make sure we get everybody comments in too, man.
Okay, Kiara Adams. She says every now and then y'all need to refresh new listener on the topic. What's the topic? She's questioning. She's asking. I'm not sure.
Oh, Kara, we have several different topics. So right now we're just talking about wellness with Gordon, but we've had several different relationship topics. But we're about to start adding some more. But right now we're just talking about wellness with the great, amazing Gordon, helping our people just get some relaxation and some wellness.
Through hydration.
Yeah.
Through IV.
Yeah, through hydration. All right. Sean says really good company. Okay, we're going through these pretty fast.
Yeah, Sam, you're going too fast. Slow down, bro. Slow down. We can't get go back. Go back. I didn't even see that.
Okay, Nesson says, how long does a session usually take? I think he answered that before.
45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're getting an IV, but you know, we also have, if you want to come in and do an injection, you can do that as well, because we do offer also like B12 shots, immunity shots, Triimmune shots as an energy booster. So we have that as well.
Okay. Basali says, do you still have to take daily vitamins, pill or liquid, if you are on a consistent drip schedule?
You do not.
Question. Okay.
There's no need for it because you're going to get all your vitamin and minerals for this.
Dope.
All right. Yeah, dope. Annie says, I'm in anesthesia and my colleagues and I have talked about doing something like this because we start IVs all day long. Yeah. Yeah.
Dope.
Okay. And she thanks you, Kiara. She says, thank you, Kelvin. All right. And of course, any side effects.
Any side effects?
No, because like I said, this is all fresh. This is real more preventive. It's not like it's a cure for anything. But what you should do is consult with a doctor if you're looking for more information around this. But I mean, we have people who are sometimes they get overflow in a doctor's office, and somebody just needs an IV. They'll send them to us, and we'll take care of that for them.
All right, Gordon, I got to address the elephant in the room. Okay, you've been opened up multiple locations. Is there some criteria that you have per neighborhood that you want to put some of your facilities there?
Listen, man, our neighborhood's gonna be.
I'm just asking in general, you know what I'm saying? Because there may be one coming near us in New York somewhere. Have you been scouting out locations where there's certain neighborhoods that you may want to target or maybe possibly stay away from? Was it just kind of a universal random thing?
Okay, well, I don't think this is for the hood. Okay, so you know, we can write that off.
That you will see me there. I'm coming, Gordon. I'll come to you.
God.
Yeah.
They want the other needle in their arm.
I mean,
my God.
You know, on a real, I mean, your health is your investment. So it's like, you know, not, you know, it really, the demographics can vary. But here's the thing, like we have a site, but we're also mobile as well. So if people are serious about it, and then we run the analytics in a certain area, you know, I mean, we're open to, you know, putting a spot anywhere. But the analytics got to line up though.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. So you say you're going to franchise. How can people get into the franchise of the business? How does that work? If
how
you
you
can
get
talk
into the
about
franchise? Well,
if you can't talk about it, I just want to make
we can have that conversation. If we
Okay.
have someone who's an investor, obviously we sit you down, we talk to you and make sure you understand, you know, as a franchise, we all want to kind of be in lock and step in what we're doing and how we're doing it and what you're going to need for your setup. So anything in the Southeast area is something that me and my partner are going to have control over. Anything outside of that, our partners in Atlanta, because they're the originators of the business.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm in Georgia now. I got to learn a little bit more about this. We might have to talk.
Yeah, we got a spot out in Swanee.
Okay.
So Gordon, I don't know if you've been to Queens in a long time, you know, around the way, but we are getting gentrified over here, brother. Jamaica Avenue is changing up. We gotta get rid of one section. We gotta get something in Archer to go away, but the rest of it got high-rise buildings, man. So come on, let's go to Queens, man. Let's hydrate some people. Let's get some IVs and get them right.
Hey, we can do that. Listen, I'm born and bred Queens, New York. It's always going to be in my blood. Knicks, Yankees, Giants.
Right, that's right, baby.
I live and die with those teams. I had a cardiac arrest last night. You know, typical Knicks.
You had to get an IV last night.
Oh my God. that team, man. Listen, this is typical Knicks, man. It's just typical Knicks. It's like watching a horror show. You're gonna be on the edge of your seat to the very end. I promise.
To the end, baby. That's good. It's better than Tyler Perry show.
Yeah.
Gordon, do you have to take a lot of time to kind of educate? In some places, people just don't prioritize wellness for various reasons. People are trying to work so much. People dealing with their own issues personally. Is part of this trying to just explain to people or educate people on how important it is to just take care? I mean, because we have people that sometimes just don't even go to the doctor. And there's some people never have a chance to even, you know, I recently we came back from Mexico, and I didn't realize I was tired until I got there and was able to relax. So sometimes people just don't realize that. So is that part of the marketing strategy, is just to let people know what this can do, or try to influence them to take a second look, or primary look at their own health and their wellness?
That is obviously a component of this business, is just educating, because this is new to a lot of people. Some people know of it. Some people walk through the door and they have an idea what it is, and then there's an educational process that takes place with that. But that's why with every new person gets a consultation.
Okay. And
even after a person's repeat, we come back, you know what I mean? Because they may think we only do that one thing. So we constantly remind people what we do, what we offer. Like we're going to launch an aesthetics line, which is going to be a little different, but it's still in the wellness lane. And it's going to be mainly for women who want to get, you know, into the whole body shaping thing. So, you know, some women want to work on those wrinkles and tightening and stuff like that, and work on their midsection and legs and butt and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we got a separate area we created for that as well. So that's something we're also going to be educating people on as well. So we're going to have a little bit for everybody.
I got introduced to one of my friends that do that, the doctor.
Oh, really?
So snatch and drip. That's what you're working on.
The thing about it, we marrying the two programs, because if you want to, we're going to make you feel good inside and outside. So
that's
you know,
so currently your demographic is what? What's the salary range? What's the race demographic? Are they like, what's the demographic? What is the demographic you capturing right now? What demographic you want to get more of?
I say demographic is probably 25 to 45, more in there. But, you know, you have some people who are outside that range. I mean, I'm 56, truth be told, but, you know, people are like, man, you don't look 56. And I was like, well, I take really good care of myself. I take my drips on a regular basis. I still play ball. I still grab rim.
That's good.
Yeah, you got the good knees. You got good knees.
I got good knees. Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't think I can touch backboard no more, man. I'm telling you.
They say you can't touch backboard.
It's terrible, bro. It's terrible. Gordon, let me ask you a question. I'm 53 years old, right? I'm 53 years old. I'm coming in, you know, slightly overweight. Go ahead. I don't sleep that well at night. You know what I mean? Sometimes the sleep is erratic. I'm trying to look at something. I want to do something health related because I'm feeling a little tired. I work a lot. You know what I mean? I got a lot of stress in my life. So I want to do something healthy, but I'm not really sure what. But I've heard about your thing. All right. I've heard about the drip. It looks interesting. And I kind of want to come in and give it a shot. What would you tell me? How would you bring me in, or what would you explain to me, or, you know, how would you handle me right there? You know, I think I want to do something, but I'm not really sure, and I don't really know what to do. You know.
Yes, someone like yourself. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Freeport, Long Island. I'm from New York. All right.
Okay, so I can straight talk you then. So that's what's up. I'm gonna tell you straight up. It's like, you want to do something like this, but you're gonna add it to your regimen. You know what I mean? So you can't take your drips and take your vitamins and minerals and get your body feeling better, but still eat bad. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to change the way you eat. You're gonna have to start, exercising a little bit. You know what I mean? You start off small. You know what I mean? Don't, you're not gonna do anything crazy, but do enough that you stay active. Because that's always gonna be the advice I'm always gonna give to someone like yourself. You got to be active, right? So, and that's gonna get your mental also feeling better, because the better you start feeling about yourself physically, it's gonna bring your mental right along with it. So, because the two are just joined. So that would be my advice to you.
In other words, take the Twinkies out your pocket once you come to see you, right, Gordon? Gordon do not want to. No, but I think it's excellent, and I think Derek makes a good point. Some people just really don't know direction. I think that's why the consultation is so important. I mean, we're seeing people, Gordon, die in their 50s. I mean, it's just amazing.
The track star died 32 today. The track star.
Yeah, we're losing so many people. And did we fail the previous generation, or is just life more stressful today? I always got to vacillate between it, because I'm wondering, did we, like, all I hear is about mental health today. So did our parents and grandparents were they just left out there and paid no attention to it? Or are we maybe a little too sensitive to it today? Or do we just lie somewhere in the middle?
I think that's a different kind of conversation, because that's got more nuance to it. And I think that every generation does the best they can.
I like that. I agree.
Yeah. So I don't blame anyone for everything, because there's always going to be, something that occurred that was great and fantastic, and there's going to be something else probably tragic and negative. So there's always going to be that duality going on there. So I'm always preaching balance. You know what I mean? So, it's like people say, social media, is it good or bad? Well, it's both. It depends on what you're using it for and what you're getting out of it. There's good aspects to technology, and there's bad aspects to it. So it's always kind of a little bit of both, I always say.
If there was, I guess, for the people who are just hearing about this, who might come on, catch us on the replay on YouTube, check us out. And there's something you want to tell them to make sure that they come to you and they start to learn more about what you're offering and the benefits of it. What would you say to those potentially skeptical people who are just discovering what you're talking about for the first time and might start researching? What would you tell them to really drive this information home?
I would say to do exactly what they were doing when you said research. Do your own independent research of this business and the benefits of getting an IV drip. And then you can consult with us. You can consult with our nurses. You can ping us, message us and things like that. We'll respond to you immediately with answers, and hopefully that'll be satisfactory.
So is there an area they could book? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
No, I'm saying. So I was just wondering. So it's not necessarily a thing that a person can kind of come by and just see it, and they can just say, "Oh, well, what's this?" And then you would explain to them the benefits of the IV drip or something like that. They would have to kind of know a little bit of information before they come and see you.
No, not at all. You can come in and be completely ignorant of what we do and who we are, and you can come in and spend some time and ask some questions. And like I said, we'll do our best to answer all your questions, and we'll send you with some nice flyers and brochures and information, and hopefully you think about it if you don't do it on the spot, and you'll be back.
How does somebody book a call with your team, with you, and get like the conversation? Because a lot of people, they look online, you search one thing and 50 things pop up, you don't know where to go. But if you can book a call with you and your team, how does somebody do that?
The best way to do that is go directly into our website. Go to PurifyIVCharlotte.com. That's PURIFI Charlotte.com. And you can message us, and we'll respond to any questions. We have a lot of great information in there. We try to put as much detail, and so we give as much color about what the information you're kind of reviewing as possible. But if you stumble and lose your way and not quite receptive or understanding what you're reading, you know, that's what we're there for. You text us through the website, and we'll come back to you with an answer.
Gordon, I just have one last one. If you can, I want you to reach out to Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. All right, just if you can, bring them in. Do anything you can just to help. All right, both of them. That's all. When you get a chance. All right, whenever you get a chance. Not now. We'll talk about it behind the scenes.
No, he need to give us some of these IVs to the Charlotte Hornets.
You're getting a reclamation project, man. I mean, come on, I'm not a miracle worker, bro.
He not big on the needles thing. Kyrie, you know.
Yeah, man, they got some issues, man.
Yo, but no, so funny though. Like, you know, people saying like, you know, say, do you research on this? But nobody do research on Doritos, Ding Dongs, any of those damn restaurants you go in, Chinese food restaurants, the red dye this and the yellow dye. Nobody does no research on this shit, but they'll throw that shit in their mouth real quick and be good to go. It's weird that what we research and what we over the last few years we just keep throwing in our bodies. And I'm guilty of throwing shit in my body all day, you know. But it's like, damn, man, they go hard at certain things. Coca-Cola. Go ahead, brother.
To me, as long as you, I mean, like I said, I keep it real basic, man. As long as you don't do anything excessively, you should be okay. You know what I mean? You should strike a balance with your eating. So, you know, if you're training and you're taking good care of your body, you can indulge a little bit. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go overboard with it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what's worked for me. So, you know, but you can't be abusive about it and then still do the same thing and expect, oh yeah, you created no balance. So once you start doing that, then it's hard to come back.
Gordon's been in the same shape. He's been in the same good shape all his goddamn life. Don't let him fool you. This motherfucker been looking like this forever and shit. I almost said his nickname on this joint, but this motherfucker's in good shape. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed by my nickname, bro. That's my family name, bro.
And he can't. They called him Tonto for years, and I thought his name was Tonto until I was like 20.
Yeah.
Yo, DeMar, I thought you were going to say his name was Big Ron. I was about to say, oh my God, I've been looking to meet you for a couple months now, man. I understand what you're going through. I apologize.
I feel like I'm back home when somebody calls me Tonto, because that's the only time I ever hear is if I was back in Queens in October, man. So yeah.
Yeah, and when I come to Charlotte, I swear, word is bond, I'm coming by and I'm going to get me a drip. I probably the latest I'll be in Charlotte probably be in October. If I come in there before that, I'll definitely hit you up on that one. But know what?
I'm gonna hold you to that.
I'm a word of my man. I'm a word. You know me. So listen.
Yeah, and I'm in Georgia. What's the Atlanta location? Sorry, D, I cut you off. I apologize. What's the Atlanta location? Because I'm in Georgia. You know, there's a lot of people in Georgia. They looking for things to do.
It's in Swanee. How far is that from
Swanee? Ooh, about 45 minutes. But honestly, on a good day. On a good free day, I might just be like, "Look,
man,
I need to figure it out."
That traffic in Atlanta is just it's New York traffic. It ain't no different.
Yeah, and they got 5 lanes. They got traffic. I don't understand it.
Crazy.
That's what I don't get. The Van Wyck got the same 3 lanes. They got more construction going on goddamn Van Wyck, but nobody said, "No, let's get a 4th lane." They doing all kind of other shit. Let's get a 4th lane. They do everything. We could do a train. No, let's fix the bridges that go over the Van Wyck. Get a goddamn 4th lane.
There's no more land. They got to build stuff overhead now. There's no more land.
Make another lane, something, man.
I mean, if you talk about near any of the rivers, you could just pour concrete all over that river. You might as well just get rid of it.
Right, man. God damn, man.
Jetsons type stuff now, living beneath the sea type stuff, man.
Man, this is horrible. But anyway, before you got to go, I know we over time, but before you go, you got to name your top 5 rappers, man.
Top 5 rappers?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say Eminem.
You know, other people say Eminem. I don't know. I would say this is always personal preference, right? So my personal preference would be I got to pay homage to Rakim. I got to pay homage to KRS. I would have to throw Jay-Z. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I got to throw Jay-Z in there at this point with all the work he's done and over the length of time. LL Cool J, you know, because Queens, man. Hey, listen, I got to throw him in there. And one more. Let's go, Buster.
Wow, that's a
Okay,
nice list.
interesting.
All right,
Interesting, nice
I got a
list.
question
Yeah.
because you know you threw KRS in there, and he did make
Yeah.
this song called "The Bridge Is Over," and you shouted out Queens in the same conversation.
Hey, but we hung out with his brother though. We hung out with
Yes.
Okay.
Scott LaRock brother. That we
Okay.
we were crew.
Scott
So, you
LaRock,
know,
yeah.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in
Scott,
peace.
Chris Sterling. So yeah, you know the
Sterling,
family.
baby. That's right.
But I ain't gonna hold that against him. That was a beef. That was a queen. Oh shoot, did I leave out
Nas? I knew you was gonna say it.
Yeah, Nas. Oh man, I gotta.
He come off the bench. He can come off the bench.
And Biggie.
I gotta put Nas in there for Buster. I gotta put Nas ahead of Buster.
Yeah, I got that. All right, I'll take that. I was surprised though.
EOTs almost came at you. See, the ladies about to come at you, bro. You can't leave on Nas.
Trevor Queens and Nasty Nas. Yeah. LL Cool J though. You never hear people add him. You know,
Yeah, man.
A lot of work on that, brother. Brother did a lot of work. Considering the GOAT is actually his whole acronym. He came up with the whole thing. You know what I mean? So he never gets added. You know, he never gets added.
He was the GOAT when he had more battle raps. When all the Kissy Love stuff, I can't give him the GOAT anymore.
Come on, D. Give me a scroll for that. Give me a scroll for that.
His name is LL. Ladies love. He
killed it. D, you
foul.
foul.
Do this shit all the time, kissing and looking at that.
All right, I got to admit that was a little bit
He
much.
showed
But
his,
still,
showed his range because he did battle stuff. So he
I know.
showed.
Why would you got some more?
You know what I mean? But this is how I'm.
and he'll battle anybody and don't care who you tell. That's the thing.
As a lyricist, man, he's at the top of that list, man.
Would you say he was battling Johnson and Johnson when he poured chocolate syrup on that girl's leg in the music video? Because I don't know what he was battling then. But okay.
So Gordon, before we go, one more time, promote where you how can people get in touch with you before you leave out? I'll make sure we get everybody how to get in touch with you.
Okay, so if you want to call us, I know I have a number. The number is 980-689-4231, and you'll probably speak to my partner or one of the nurses that's working on that day. Also, great way to get in touch with us is through our website, which is Purify IV, and we spell that PURIFI IV Charlotte.com. And once you're there, you can message us and you can get all kinds of information from us, and we can go from there.
All right, my brother, man. It's great to have you on, man. Hope to have you on. We probably plan on having Gordon sometime, some guest spots, man. He's a very intelligent brother, man. So we'd love to have get the thoughts and everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. We're on IG as well. So if you want to follow, Purify IV Charlotte. So that's where we at on IG as well. So you just want to follow and see what we do. We put a lot of stuff out there. We're very active on that as well. But yeah, man, I'm well-rounded, man. I'd like to think I'm well-rounded anyway. So yeah.
Last question then. How far you think the Knicks gonna make it this year?
They gotta beat the Heat, man. They gotta beat the Heat. But it's gonna be a struggle. I got this going 7 games, and then unfortunately we're gonna get eliminated. But we get experience right now, so we're growing. We have a program. We're well positioned to bring in, another star player. Once somebody like Fournier comes off the books or Rose retires, whatever. So that's gonna free up more money. So we got a lot of young people. Got all our picks. So we're well positioned.
Right.
We're well positioned now.
Who would you like to see come to the Knicks? Like out of the available stars, right? You're not gonna be like, well, KD just gonna disappear and appear on the Knicks. But out of who's coming up, who's available, who would you like to see make that trip to New York?
I don't know who's coming available. I think it'll be a deal where, hey, you know what? I want to get moved. I think that Mitchell's 2 years away. I think he wants to be a Knick. He's from the area. He wanted to come here. That deal fell through. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be happy staying in Cleveland, 2 years from now. So if we still have a 2-guard spot and Grimes is there, I can see us, hey, bring in Mitchell, you know what I mean, and take us to the next level. I've heard talk about Giannis might be open to going to a bigger city, but I'd like to see us get a sharpshooter. If we got a sharpshooter on this team, I think that would open up everything on the team.
Yeah, man.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. All right, brother. You have a good night, man, and we'll talk soon, man.
Hey, fellas, I want to thank you all for inviting me to come through and chop it up with you guys. You guys sound like some great brothers, and anytime.
And congratulations on everything.
Congratulations, word, brother. Proud of you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Love you, brother.
Peace.
Yo, Damien in the middle. So, somebody said in the comments, man, that was great, man. My man Gordon out there, man.
Acting light skin.
doing different kind of things, man. Somebody said, well, Ray said, Derek, you might need to do a sleep study. So I meant to bring that.
Listen, man, that actually kind of goes through. Well, that actually is something that people in my family have had to do before. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of hereditary. But when I was actually talking to him, I was actually presenting myself as a possible, candidate. So as an example of the type of person who might want to come in and let them speak on that. But absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So when we take the show on the road, can we go to the drink and drip?
I love Charlotte.
And we can do
anytime you want to
podcast
go to Charlotte, anytime you want to go to Charlotte, I'm down. Always down.
Okay.
Charlotte is a nice area, man. Beautiful place.
Yeah, I can move there. But without further ado, and we gotta get this little bathroom break on. Jamie, can you take us to commercial, please?
Oh.
Hi, I'm Dawn Kelly, and I'm the founder and CEO of The Nourish Spot, a healthy food and beverage haven in Southeast Jamaica, Queens. Chosen in 2019 as Micro Business of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. My adult children, Jade and Owen Duncan, and I established the Nourish Spot to provide affordable access to healthy produce, to help our neighbors combat chronic diseases, to provide jobs for a diverse community youth. And it's no secret that small businesses play a critical role in the local economy. It's also proven that community is vital to the growth of small businesses. So come, let us nourish you at the Nourish Spot. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 10 to 6 p.m.
Yo, what's up? If you like what you're seeing from the Four Brothers here, give us a thumbs up. Like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay notified when we go live and post new content. Thank you for the support. Oh, Damien's away, but
late.
Yeah. So, real quick before we go to the next segment on here, Jamie, can you please bring up Shauna's flyer? Because we want to make sure we help our sister Shauna out, support what she's doing out here in New York City. So Shauna's having a grand opening on Saturday, May 6th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. located in the locality? Atrium and Market. How you spell that?
Artisan Market, Local Li, Local Li, Artisan Market.
Green Acres Mall.
It's just another way of saying local LI, local Long Island.
Oh, that's what. Okay. See, I'm not in Long Island. I don't know nothing about that.
Local LI Artisan Market. I just kind of figured out. It's in Green Acres Mall, Sunrise Highway, Valley Stream, Applebee entrance.
Okay, cool. Cool.
D,
what up?
I've been promising Shauna since last year to buy something. You going, right?
Yeah, man. My mother turns 82 in 2 hours. So we probably going to Delaware that day. Yeah, my mother's birthday. So we're gonna go down there see my grandnephew.
All right.
Little league. Yeah, so
I gotta get something. I gotta get something Saturday afternoon. I have to. I've been promising. Shauna gonna get on me.
What she said? It was from 10 to 9. I might come. I might make.
Oh
it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold up. The Knicks.
That's from open to close.
Damn. Because the thing we going to Delaware. We're gonna watch the Knicks game as a family in Delaware. So maybe I might push it. I might catch the last 8:30.
I can't watch playoff games with people.
It's hard. What you say, Damien?
Can you order it online? Whatever. Is it available online, the product?
Shauna, put in the comment if it's available online, Shauna. So we know. Oh, should be this Saturday and Sunday. So I will catch you on Sunday. You on Sunday. Definitely catch you.
Yeah, let's go together Sunday.
Sunday it is.
Well, I can't be out there until about 2:30 because you know I gotta be in church.
Oh, okay. Ray Thomas. Yeah. I thought it was something else. He said it stands for 3 ladies' names, not local LI. Okay, so that's something different. That's cool too. Yeah, but I thought it was slick, local LI. So I thought it was that too. So yeah, I mean it fits. So it's cool.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there on Sunday. I'll catch you hit me up, Kevin, when you get back because I get up early anyway. So I'll do my other errands. I'll change my schedule around, so I'll be ready around 3:00, I guess.
I'm with it.
Yeah, what time to close on Sunday, Shauna? Put in the chat so we make sure we can support. Hours are the same. No, Sunday close early. Green Acres. Other word we call it is Native Acres.
Oh well, yeah. You know, I'm coming specifically for this.
I'm coming strapped. I don't know about y'all. I ain't fucking around with the Green Acres if you want to, goddamn it. Let me see. Let's go to communication with your kid is a must today. Jamie, can you please play the clip for us?
You got to teach your kids what the whole concept of secrets is. I showed them a video the other day. It's a video of a child molester who did 12 years in jail, and he got out. And he agreed to be interviewed on how he was able to get kids that he could take advantage of.
Like his strategy.
You have to watch
What?
this. He says, first thing I target is coming into the family. And I'll say, listen, if you I don't need me to babysit your kids, I'm here to help out. If you need me to do anything. And he says, parents who don't care and they're not involved, that's my easiest target. He says, who do you not target? If there's a very strong father figure in the family and he's very involved, I don't target them. He says, what else do you not target? If the family's got a strong sense of spiritual and they go to church or God, I don't target them because I have to be careful with them. What do you typically target? They're kind of kids that they don't talk and I see they can keep secrets. That's also a target of mine. He gives the entire playbook.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've seen it up close and personal, and that's very, very accurate. I think the thing that catches my attention also is how strategic the person is. You know, we always think it's like a person with such a, you know, sickness and whatever, but they are very calculated, very, very strategic. And it's unfortunate. And, you know, even what he said earlier, you know, a lot of parents are kind of asleep at the wheel. When somebody randomly talking about, can I babysit your kids or come in and help? I mean, I remember being a kid, we didn't spend the night over people's houses.
Hell no.
Like,
Hell
it was just, it was like a serious thing. They ain't play that, and somebody kill you quick over their kids, and they should. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's very, very sad, and that's not just a sickness. It's I mean, it's deplorable, man, and the effects of it. Like I said, I've seen it. I've seen it ministerially. I've seen it in the clergy. I've seen it in church. I've just seen it. And people can use kind of a cover their position to kind of cover it up. And what it does is it gives them access. That's the biggest thing. It gives them access. And I think a lot of times single mothers need to be very, very careful, because obviously with being inundated with trying to raise children by themselves, people oftentimes are looking for someone that can actually come in and help. So I've seen it come through people's relationships when men try to befriend women just to get access to their kids and things like that. It's a very, very serious thing. And I mean, it should be, it just can't be tolerated. And unfortunately, it is something, anything against people with children in particular, man, because they're the youngest and the most vulnerable. You know, so that's frightening. And it's disturbing. It's a pet peeve of mine. I worked in youth ministry for the better part of close to 20 years. And that is something I was very protective of the kids, very protective always. And it was very, very important. I always tell this story. I think I mentioned on the show before, when I first got to one particular place, the young ladies wanted to take me out to eat for Father's Day because they didn't have any paternal reference point. They had no fathers to celebrate. They wanted to take me out. And I was like, the only way I go out is you guys have to bring at least one or two adult females, one of your mothers or aunts. Somebody has to go, but I'm not going out to eat socially with teenage girls in any capacity. And so they did that, and we had a great time. But, you know, you have to use wisdom, because as the Bible says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. No matter what, it's just inappropriate. So I think, you know, any adults, I used to tell the kids this all the time. There should be no secret you have with an adult that your parents don't know about. And that's the biggest thing when he mentioned the secrets. You know, no adult should be going to a kid talking about that's between us. You know, disclose it.
Yeah, and I know that bitch ass pastor used to do that with you was talking about, right? And then I had a bitch ass little league coach that fucked up Rochdale Little League back in the day. He was same thing, get him with the boys, cool, single mom, talking all that stuff. And then he go, you know, do that crazy stuff. I hate these kind of people, man. But and it's really sad. But another trick, I mean, before I get on, I want people to warn about the AI, how AI is tricking kids. They telling kids, they're using AI's calling their house and telling kids, hey, listen, this is daddy, open the door, or this is what you call go downstairs and come outside, and it'd be a pedophile over there using your parents' voice and stuff. So parents, be careful when you talking to these people, like you said, all these things, calling you and asking you who you want to go on a date, and can I sell you something? They'll be capturing your voice and they can trick your kids.
Yeah. One of the things I've noticed, you know, D, we both worked in youth development for years. I've been half of my life in some way, shape, or form. And I learned about like ages and stages of youth and things like that. You know, little kids, they learn to communicate or learn about things through touch. And like, you know, our kids will grab a finger and they'll taste it and stuff like that. And it's all innocent. And then you hear about like when kids start hitting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, they're like, don't touch me, don't touch me. And they get really nervous and afraid of anybody coming close to them. To me, it is a sign of something that destroyed that innocent attempt to learn and develop as a human when you don't have the ability to speak. You don't have full understanding of your capacities. And it's a terrible thing to just be aware of. That is some people's lived experience, to the point where, you know, when I was last in New York, one of the programs I ran was for juvenile justice, you know, Demont. And a lot of the young people in the foster care, juvenile justice and supportive housing systems, their stories are so heartbreaking. You know, they're so afraid to like open up to people. They're so and a lot of it stems from just being mistreated or misused or by adults and having their faith placed in the wrong person. And it's a sad experience that's way too common. One of the things I, you know, theoretically say, and you know, if you can do research, you can correct me, that's okay. The three places that I think most likely for something like that to happen is the church, the school, and what was the third one? It was church, school, and somewhere else. I can't think off the top of my head right now. Daycare, I think it was the third one. But it's like those are the only places where there is this thing that I'm calling an assumed level of trust. So you assume the people in the church or the school or the daycare are there for your kids, or have some type of training, or have some type of empathy, or have some type of understanding where they won't cross the line. But a lot of the people that, Kelvin, that you're talking about, they know what they're doing. That's the type of places that they want to actually be.
Well, Damien, to that point, this is very interesting, because when it comes to like theological circles, the sad thing is you have adults that stood by and watched it happen. And they, you know, I mean, they watched it happen. And this is the thing that's amazing: when you have certain leaders that deceive people, they can turn those people against you.
Yeah.
So when the situation I had, it was somebody I was very, very close to. I was never propositioned. I was never abused. But the moment I left the place, people that used to speak to me wouldn't speak to me anymore. People that used to talk, like you literally have people that you would talk to all the time, and then later you call them or something like that, they act like they didn't know you. And that was, I thought, was very, very interesting. There's people, you know, that actually turned against you, and you become the villain, you know, because you stood up for something.
Yep, and you just reminded me. So it was. Sorry, I'm gonna stop right at school, the whatever religious institution, and family. That was the third one. So it's usually people closest to you. There's that assumed level of trust, but daycare falls under the school system type.
And
of
like
situation.
D said too, probably you could throw sports in there too.
Yeah.
A lot of bitch ass people in it, man.
Yeah.
And
it's just sad. Yeah.
I hope they all die ugly. I don't know if we have any comments on this. I know, Jamie. I don't know if you want to. Jamie?
Yeah, there are a couple comments.
It's scary. Yeah, it's a scary. No,
you don't want to bring them. Okay. You're going to
the best idea is to just think about all the ways in which you can arm your child with information and protect them from, you know, any person that wants to take. I work with children. I've been an educator. I've been a teacher. I've youth development mentor. I tell people the more you know, the less somebody can take advantage of you. And I believe that as a general fact. So the more you can inform children, the easier it is for them to be able to say, wait, this don't seem right. This don't feel right. I already know this ain't what I need to be doing. You know, I already know you ain't the person I need to be around. I remember, you know, being in the 99th percentile in math and English in elementary school. And I did this one interview for prep. And they asked me like 2 questions, and one of them was around, I can't word for word, I'm older now, I don't remember it word for word, but it was like, if a teacher asks you to do something you don't want to do, will you do it? And I'm like, why would a teacher ask me what I don't want to do? You know, I grew up, I'm 8 of 9. My mother had 9 children, so I have older brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, mother, all that. So I'm not the dumbest person. You know, I'm not the most naive, right? I've heard stories. I sat around. My mother one of the best things my mother ever told me was, she just said, you can believe that if you want to. And that gave me all I needed to really know about the world at some point. It was like, oh yeah, I can believe that if I want to. But she wasn't telling me to believe her type of thing. I had to figure things out for myself. But that question, and they kept kind of twisting it. And they kept trying to make it seem like, well, I felt like they wanted me to say I would do whatever the teacher asked me to do. And that's not, no, I'm not doing that. I would never tell a student to do that either. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a weird experience. And when I left, I looked at my mother and told her I don't want to go here. And she was like, okay. And that was it. Never talk to those people again.
Well, that's the parent part. When your parents, like, I remember back in the day, they used to have like the Atlanta child kidnappings and things like that. So when I was a kid, it was a big thing about snatching kids. And I remember my mother told me something one day, scared me to death. My mother said, if your grandparents come out here to pick you up and I didn't tell you to go with them, you better not get in the car. Now, I was older when I realized she didn't literally mean that, but I was thinking, like, if I can't get in the car with them, then I can't get in the car with anybody. And what she was trying to land to just be exaggerated, it landed. It landed.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
And it's really about safety at the end of the day, right? So,
No doubt.
like, it's worth that. It's worth that type of comment to get safety.
Facts. Big facts on that. So, speaking of another slime ball, I wouldn't be surprised he touched a couple of booties back in the day with some underage people because he's hanging with Donald Trump. Rudy Giuliani admits in the past New York City politics trick to suppress the Latino vote in NYC. Jamie, can you play the clip for us, please?
Dirty trick
in New York. Dirty trick in New York. I'm so
but
shocked.
played by Republicans.
Children around.
By Republicans.
Republicans don't know dirty tricks.
How about this one?
Okay, give it
So
to me.
they went through East Harlem, which is all Hispanic, and they gave out little cards, and the card said, if you come to vote, make sure you have your green card because INS are picking up illegals.
Oh my gosh.
So they spread it
kept
all
the
over the
illegals,
Hispanic.
yeah.
After the election, the Clinton Civil Rights Division investigated me. I was on vacation after the election, and I get a call from my lawyer, Denny Young, and he says, Rudy, we got the Justice Department's investigating us. Janet Reno's coming after us. We violated civil rights. I said, Denny, you're a lawyer. Think about it. What civil rights do we violate? They don't have civil rights. But all we did is prevent people who can't vote from voting.
Yeah.
Maybe we tricked them, but tricking is not a crime. Oh, and in those days, we didn't have crazy prosecutors. Nowadays, they probably prosecute you for it, even though it isn't. And that's the way we kept down the Hispanic vote. This is what we don't do.
Not the legals vote, the illegal vote.
Yeah,
Of course.
people don't have
Yeah.
the right to vote.
Illegal vote.
Yeah.
Can I
The Hispanic illegal vote, which takes away the Hispanic legal vote.
Such propaganda about the illegal vote, Spanish illegal people voting. It's less than 1%.
You know, I don't
It
understand.
really is.
I don't understand why people look dead and don't die.
I gotta learn how to say things like you, Kelvin, so I don't get the score.
He looked like he died 5 years ago and sitting there. I don't understand it. But let me say something. I knew him then. I remember when he beat Dinkins. I remember then. And the way he got in, when I went to bed, Dinkins was up. It was Staten Island that put him over the top. I think capital punishment was on the bill or something. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what it was. Staten Island was trying to break away from New York. You remember that? They was trying to get some type of independence from New York. And that's what brought all them out. And they came to the polls and they put him in. They put him in because Dinkins would have had 2 terms. They put him in. And when I went to bed, Dinkins was up.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up, Juliana had won it. And that's what brought the people to the polls. That's exactly.
I remember
that. And the Jew kid that got killed that time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was the thing with the ambulance picked one kid up and didn't get the black kid got hit. And they didn't pick him up. It was a private ambulance. They picked the other kid up, the Jewish kid. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, put it like this: we knew what he was here, but then when he got on the national stage, and then he was a crook. The same thing with Bernard Kerik. Bush recommended Bernard Kerik to be head of Homeland Security. Then they started investigating him. The feds, he wound up in jail. And Giuliani, I don't even know why he ain't in jail. It's the same thing. just really, really foul. But I'll tell you, when I tell you that racism don't die, I'm talking about these dudes. I mean, it's just it's sad. He's ridiculous. I mean, and they're sitting, and look who he's sitting next to. He's just like
ban it. Look, ban it.
That's the racist all-star team right there.
and the crazy part is they were like, "Oh, we tricked them," and they're talking about it like it's cool.
There's nothing.
So the comfort in which you could talk about how you misled and disrespected people and lied, where you're supposed to be the symbol of integrity, the representation of a group or people or the country or this idea of democracy, which this country isn't. You know, that type of stuff is what gets me, where they're comfortably like, yeah, we tricked them.
Damien, let me tell you something. You may have been too young to remember this, but let me say this. So back in the day, I knew somebody in the 90s who was very close to his ex-wife. He was riding around with his mistress in his cabinet, okay? And he separated from his wife, Hanover. He wanted to move the mistress into Gracie Mansion.
I remember that.
Okay? So what happened was they was about to blow the story wide open, and 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened. My man became a star, a rock star.
Country's mayor. And remember, his first wife was his cousin, right? Something like that.
I heard something about that.
Yeah,
that I can't substantiate, but I do know his ex-wife, because his ex-wife used to talk to a friend of mine and confide in her. Well, obviously, I guess
that's right. That's right. Tim is right.
Tim says when 9/11 happened, they had to get him from his side chick house, and they tried to make him a hero. Tried to, they did.
They did. And he became that America's man thing. That's what happened. And that's the funny thing. When he ran for president, he was like, all right, I'm getting killed. But when I go to Florida, all the New Yorkers are down there. This is Rudy country. And he still got sprayed. And he's in a debate. And one dude said, you only got 3 answers. Yes, no, and 9/11.
I remember that.
Yep.
But yeah, I did remember going to sleep. Dinkins was up and waking up hearing that other dude, Rudolph. Won.
Rudolph Giuliani.
And this was me as a kid, you know.
Could never talk either. Never talk. I always had that list. I'm like, get it fixed.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Jamie wrote in the private chat, his ex-wife found out he was divorcing her on the Channel 5 on the 5 p.m. news. I remember, damn, you're bringing back some old.
Every time I say something that I'm not supposed to say, Marsha hit me up like, you're wrong.
Shout out to Marsha, man. Shout out to Marsha. But see what next is up is the rapper, The Brat. Says her and her wife chose a white sperm donor because the only black sperm donor presented to them looked like Jimmy Cricket. Jamie, can you play the clip for us, please?
Rapper Da Brat says she and her wife chose a white sperm donor because the only black donor presented to them looked like Jiminy Cricket. Since the announcement, the couple has been catching backlash. Brat's wife Judy takes to her Instagram to address the situation. She posted a response video with a caption that reads, "So, as a mother of 3 beautiful black kids, and even a black grandbaby, I want to clarify SHIT to avoid this storyline from continuing that we choose our donor off of looks and that we didn't want a black donor. Here's some things you should know. 1. We had no idea going into this that our chances of a black donor would be slim to none. 2. That I was a carrier of so many disorders. 3. That our window was so slim and such high risk because of age and more. 4. With my genetic testing, I'm the carrier of 4 disorders that reduced our chances of a black donor down to 1 person, and that 1 person had very limited info portfolio to judge on, including background. 5. I'm honestly disappointed more than anything at the storyline, but do understand the lack of knowledge on IVF in our community because a lot of people don't even realize all the things when it comes with the journey, including lack of black donors, genetic testing, age where most your eggs are gone, etc. 6. The headlines are misleading, but also my wife made a distasteful joke and now it's attached to the headline and making it seem like we choose strictly off of looks and we didn't at all. Attempt to find a black donor when in fact not only did we try, but we also waited to see if more would pop up over time, but had to stay within the window that we had to choose. Furthermore, people think just because you have money that anything is possible, but no amount of money was changing the cryobank's inventory. 7. Our baby, created with a healthy baby first mindset once we learned all the things, was a hard decision, and of course we didn't want to add any other stigmas or anything to our child, but we had severely limited options. Thanks to all the people supporting us on our journey, and I truly hope this brings awareness to more black men to donate.
Oh, I'm sorry. We back? Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't do it. Don't do it. There's still hope.
I'm sorry.
There's still hope.
Listen, after her hearing it, I can dig it, man. I can't believe that there's not that many brothers jerking off into a dish for a couple of dollars. How much they paying a jerk off? I know back in the day, you used to get blood for like $30. I think it's like $75 for blood. How much you get for the sperm? Anybody know?
No.
About $100.
I do not know. But can I ask a question? Right. The headline did say the brat says that they chose it, right? Like, so is there some type of defamation because that's not the truth? Is there some of that going on, or they just
no? She admitted that. She said it was a joke.
Yeah,
she said it as a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, and people said Jimmy the Cricket, but.
What always bothers me is everybody puts everything on social media, and then when people respond to what they put on there, then it's a big issue. Nobody would have known about that.
Fact.
Or in my case, nobody would have cared about it.
That's what Tim said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
yeah.
At the end of the day, it'd be better for me it'd be better for me to digress because the enemy is trying to use me. I'm not gonna let him do it. Not in the last half of the show.
So it's right. Everything you said, right? So it's such a private thing anyway, right? Like that's one of the most private things you can do, especially if it's a huge risk and a huge chance of failure. Why would you even start talking about it? Because now you're going to bring the type of energy that you probably don't need when you're going through that type of risky procedure. So, I mean, maybe I'm too logical at this moment.
I think somebody could have blew it back out for those black, had a couple of dollars. They'd have blew it out. Made the brat watch.
No disrespect to anybody. I just want to take a moment to salute my late parents. Thank you. So, thank you. So I'm sorry. I'm back. I just want to say that. Thank you.
Oh my God. Right. See, y'all, I'm trying to be respectful. You know what? I'm going in. Like, what's the next one?
China Sharif, are you all right, man? They like, just be quiet. We all would never know. We would say, they had a light-skinned baby.
That's it.
We would have said, damn, how did Brad get her pregnant? The baby that came out light-skinned, we said, damn, how did Brad do that? That dildo different.
She got vegan penis?
Them new dildos shoot sperm, baby.
There we go. Been waiting on it. Been waiting.
Whoa.
Derek.
Waiting on it.
Derek, you know how a shooter just misses his shot all night? He finally started getting it to drop. He finally got it to drop.
Ah, man, that be bullshit, man.
I was actually ahead for most of the show. Shit.
Nah, but I ain't gonna let you go out alone, brother.
Thank you, brother.
But now I feel bad. I understand that because I know I have some friends that went through the same thing, like before, like trying to get pregnant and stuff like that. I know a few people that's kind of hard. I just wish they would just stay quiet. Some things people just don't need to know.
I salute our community for not being there. That's all right. There's only one brother to choose from. Thank you, brothers. That's all right. Thank you.
But I mean, it might have been hard trying to find a brother like Coochie down there that would have hit it. It might have been hard in Atlanta. It might have been hard.
You know what I think? I think I'm gonna get a scroll just for being near D.
Yo, I'm worried. I'm like, can he switch me and Derek? Because I was like, damn. And I could go, and I was like,
I'm just saying. They probably went to the club.
You going for 50, Curry? You going for 50, right? You trying to drop 50 right now.
They probably went out there and it's like everybody wanted milk and cookies. So they couldn't they couldn't get nobody. That woman ain't bad looking.
Oh my God. So you were right, Kelvin. First he saw the first shot drop, and then that's all he needed.
He's on fire.
Got that layup.
I'm gonna stop. I'm just saying. I feel bad for him. Hope they have their little baby be born healthy and everything, man.
Yo, I was just born at the right time. I won't trade it.
It's different.
Man, I just won't trade it. Thank you for the 70s. God
bless
you.
Right. 70s and 80s, even that crack epidemic in the late 80s, early 90s.
Thank you, but I'll take it.
I'll take it every day. It's almost like what I said. I'd rather have COVID. I'd rather go back to those.
Oh my God.
I don't know what we out here doing now, man.
Now it's weird, old shit, man.
See, when I was a kid, they'd be like, "It's a boy, it's a girl." Now they'd be like,
Yeah, it's a day.
Yo, Kelvin. Yo, y'all. Oh my God.
They say it's undecided.
I'm proud of y'all.
They say undecided. That's what he say.
That's not funny.
I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I want to thank everybody for my last week with the show, by the way. I know. Thank you.
They're going to change their name to Cancel Kelvin. Kelvin Samuels.
Oh, that happened to me one time. I dated somebody 10 years younger than me when I was 36. My friend talking about, he called me R. Kelvin. I'm like, you foul, brother.
What are you going to say about me then? Goddamn?
Oh my God. We not. Oh my God.
Oh, Kelvin.
Oh, man.
I feel like Jamie just waiting to hit the next scroll. He like holding himself back.
Yeah, that's gonna need to be public. But
That's right.
you know, all right, one more. Here we go. Most men can't afford a traditional woman. Jamie, play the clip, please.
If you want a traditional woman, you got to create a traditional environment. There's so many dudes that expect a woman to go to work for 40 hours a week, come home, clean up the whole house, cook a meal, take care of the kids, put the kids to bed, have porn star sex with them, and pay half of the bills. That's not realistic. Traditionally, man paid all the bills and the woman stayed home and took care of the house. So if you don't make enough money to create that type of infrastructure, then you cannot claim to want a traditional woman because you are not a traditional man. It gotta go both ways. Like, you can't have tradition when it's convenient for you to. Like, yeah, I want to go half on the, bills and all of that, but I still need you cooking, cleaning, and doing everything, that a traditional woman is supposed to do. Meanwhile, I'm not providing like a traditional man did. That makes zero sense. But so many men in this area expect that.
There's respect to what he's saying.
I think there's a medium somewhere in there, because I think what it is maybe more so traditional family. Like, in other words, I think what it would be today is sometimes the husband may have to clean and do some stuff like that too. And sometimes I think it varies, because the average today we live in a time where really a household needs more than one earner. It's just a different time. It's just a different day. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be kind of hard. Now, I've seen some people that are in that 1%, but their wives don't have to really do anything but what they want to do. But everybody can't afford that. Times have changed over the last 3 years. I think one time one of my friends said, you got to kind of reestablish what the American dream is. It's a lot different today. So I think sometimes it has to be a collaborative thing. My father used to work overnight, so my mother used to be in the day. So she would take care of us and my father would do, it's just different ways. He always made more, but it was different. So I get his point. But I think today I keep hearing younger guys on YouTube talk about traditional women. We're never going back to that age. I think everything doesn't have to be, all or nothing. I think a woman can have a career and a family. It does it very, very rarely now. Like, my mother stayed home for the first 3 years to take care of me. The first 3 years without having to work. And my father held that down. That'd be kind of hard for somebody to do today. If you're not, it's different.
Yeah, man. I remember, just if we have some tapes of past episodes where I was talking about how the cost of living has changed so much that traditional man earner thing wasn't as possible for everybody, and y'all were killing me on those. And now I hear Kelvin talking, I'm sitting there like, what?
No, we just did it.
Y'all were
it was you. That was an initiation.
Y'all didn't want to agree with me. Y'all wanted somebody with a bigger beard to talk, and that's
at least have that.
Okay, all right. I see. I gotta grow my dream. I hear you. I see it.
Kelvin, did we meet her? Oh,
no, Ray, we gotta have a meeting. We gotta have a meeting.
Wait. Can do we have a call-in number? I need Narette to tell this story. That's gold right there.
Narette, wait, I'm your brother.
Chill, baby, chill.
Don't get Masali started, Narette. Don't do that.
He got to type.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. I spoke to her today, by the way, Narette. That's what's so funny. She called me today, which is funny. Oh, man.
But no, I mean,
hit you with the hey, big head?
Hey.
Yeah.
Nah, but I think, man, like you said, was right, Damien, man. I mean, listen, this is a two income time now. The times of a man just sitting back and making all the money and a woman just sitting home barefoot, pregnant with the kids or whatever. That's long gone. That horse has left the barn. And now we just have to reassess how we do things. If you are a man and you're in a quote unquote traditional relationship right now, that means you're probably going to have to do some chores, my man. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to have to do some laundry. You might have to sweep every now and then. You might have to pick up the kids. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Maybe do some homework with them. Do something. Be involved at some point. And because she's got to go out and she's got to work as well, man, just to keep the lights on for you, So it is what it is, So I don't think that I think when I hear a lot of brothers talking about, the younger brothers especially talking about traditional relationships, I think they're talking about women having a respect for man, for still having a certain respect for masculinity, and for a man being his, still being himself, despite him not having his worth not being attached to necessarily to his bank account or what he's able to earn. You know what I mean? So I think they're speaking more along the lines of that. But obviously there has to be some nuance there that needs to be addressed.
Well, we had that guy at the top of the show, but Spoonifa didn't want him because she couldn't put her finger on it.
Oh my God! But I think you're all of y'all have great points. All of y'all, I agree with everything. Honestly, I was. We talked about previously. We talked about the amount of unreal expectations that's being tossed around, and I think that also creates that reaction, right? So if we hear the Spoonisha, as Kelvin very greatly coined, come in and say he had this, and this, and everybody's like, wow. And then she's like, but there was something missing. What was missing? I don't know. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
What's your expectation?
What was missing was the right woman. That's what was missing.
I think it was the scissors that could fix her bangs, or somebody else. So I'm muting myself again. We were supposed to be peaceful. We're supposed to be helpful, productive, and she had Bobby Brown jaw, and I couldn't not think about it.
But see what happens is now he leaves our community and go get somebody from Wisconsin. He foul, and that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? He's foul, right?
That's a good point.
And honestly, Dr. Umar got to get all over him, right?
If that happens, then do you still blame the guy though? What if he did a video and said, look, this woman, I did this, and this, and she still told me no. What do y'all want me to do? After that, what do you say to him?
Right.
You got another sister. You go get another sister.
And that's what I'm saying.
You got to find another queen. Go to the island and find a queen. They want to find out, Kelvin.
Derek, we gotta come to America. I gotta come to Freeport. We gotta have a meeting, Derek. We gotta have a meeting.
I suppose.
Let me tell you something. Years ago, I went out with Derek and his wife, and I had a date. And let me tell you something. Derek and his wife, they're the coolest people in the world, except when Norette be roasting me online. But in person, no. In person, they the coolest people out. That's one of the couples that I like to admire. Much like D and Masali. Well, I admire Masali. This great woman of strength. Great woman.
He got a type, y'all. He got a type. Let me see.
Oh my God.
She gonna end up at a scissor sister.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. So there's a story that we should know at some point, right? Like maybe next week's show, you can start off with how was your week. You can talk about the whole story. Yeah.
Oh, there's not this.
You had a Roni, right? Like Bobby Brown saying about truth about a Roni.
Okay, you sure? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my reputation is bad online, boy. I tell you. No, I'm just trying to do the right thing, brother.
Let me get one more for my man Jamie. What mothers didn't teach their sons? Jamie?
A lot of mothers failed their sons in this regard. A lot of mothers told sons how to be a good man. Our mothers told us to be good providers for the women, to be the protector, to give her what she needs, to be upstanding. There's these specific things that a real man does this. If you're a secular, a real man pay all the bills. If you have faith, a real man prays with his wife. So whatever particular perspective you're coming from, there's criteria for a real man. What we did not get What we did not get, mothers, what we did not get, and I got to get on y'all, what y'all failed to give men is what to expect from women. Because what you were doing for the most part is you were raising your sons to be the man you wish you had.
What I would say,
I think that's fair.
Go ahead, Derek. I mean, go ahead, Damien.
So whoever did the subtitles, just word search, some type of corrective. They have all those things. Like just use it. Just use it. Just use it. I'm reading along and I'm like, wait, I don't understand what he's saying. I had to stop reading the words.
Yeah.
Because the words flash is a habit.
Yeah.
I just had to block it out. But that's all I just wanted to yeah.
Let me say this. I said this week. I don't think we survived the effects of heroin in the 70s, crack cocaine in the 80s, and I think even to some extent hip hop. The image of men, I think what young women were drawn to at a certain point or felt that they had left to choose from. I knew guys in the 80s, late 80s and early 90s that ran women for sport. Like a young girl in a certain neighborhood where like that, between the 10 drug dealers on the corner trying to get at her and this, that, and the third, it was just a lot. And so I think what women wanted in men or thought they wanted in men, I don't think there was a great reference point. And then you had, I think it started maybe with the 70s when they started asking men, making men leave to give women social services. I think our family started taking a hit then. So if you're asking somebody to act out a role they've never seen played before. I challenge you to get a woman between 20 and 25 and ask her what she wants in a man. And I did it one time and I heard stuff like, do you have a job? Didn't know no certain characteristic or qualities, just didn't really know what to look for. And so what they saw was some tangible evidence what they thought was success. How many drug dealers did you know had girls because of what they was driving or what they was wearing? Had nothing to do with who they were, had nothing to do with character or whatever like that, and they fell for it. Then you had kids by these guys, then they got locked up, then it was whatever. I just think we're dealing with a lot of damage that has been done. And if you want to create healthy relationships from very, very toxic environments, I think you're going to get what we get right now. So now, instead of the man, I want to see what I can get from him. I want OnlyFans. I want you to take me to eat. I want you to take me shopping, buy me a Louis bag and stuff like that. In other words, I'm going to use him just like he's tried to use me. And that's it. And we have a stalemate that's going like this. That's what I think.
Yeah. I do believe and this is just my opinion. Everybody is free to disagree with me. I believe it starts with honest conversations that's free from like judgment and like just that aggression, that combative aggression. It's like, can we have a conversation where I can speak honestly and you don't get angry and you don't hate me and you don't label me or judge me? And can I do the same for you? So if people, I do think this is a thing that people should start practicing with their friends, right? Because a lot of times your friends they're gonna back you up to the ends of the earth, right? So even if you could try it in an environment that's safe and comfortable for you, just saying, you know what, I'm gonna speak honestly and openly about some things, and I want you to do the same, my friend, right? We've did everything and we got all the secrets. Let's see if we can practice this new skill that might help us repair some of the damage that's done when we try to connect with others.
When you was a kid, the barbershop, right? Was older dudes telling you to get into relationships or telling you how to get with girls and just do what you want to do?
I wasn't even listening to those dudes. I had headphones on, listening to freaking Black Moon album. Like, I'm be honest, I was listening to rap. I was listening to some of my older brothers. I heard them talk about stuff, but a lot of their conversations was more like, oh man, came by yesterday. She was wearing that thing, and I'm just listening. So, but I heard the stories. Don't trust the gold diggers. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, look at her. She just wants something because look at how she's dressed, and it's like, I heard that stuff, but remember, at a young age, I'm talking about like 4 years old, my mother was telling me you could believe that if you want to. So I was already skeptical of what I was randomly hearing from people. If you weren't able to really provide context and understanding, I was already like, I guess. But I don't have to believe what you believe. I don't have to look up to what you say and do, because who are you to me? You're nobody. You're a stranger, right? But other people didn't have that foundation, and other people didn't have that support system that I may have had. And I consider myself very fortunate for my family.
Shout out.
All ups and downs. I'm gonna get those comments in real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, and also I just want to add shout out to my wife Narette for telling my son that my sons that they shouldn't be mistreated by anybody, especially women, especially, you know. So EOT says, I hate to say women shouldn't need to speak with their sons about manhood. He can observe and speak with his father. Yeah, you're right. It should be that way. And Luna says, I agree. Teach young men about how they should be treated by women. How to identify the red flags that some women come with so that they can run the other way, you know. Young men deserve to be protected as well. Absolutely. And again, shout out to
the homie.
Yeah, and shout out to Luna as well. Shout out to you, Luna. Shout out to my wife for letting my son for doing exactly that with our kids. You know,
beautiful thing to see. And Kelvin, real quick, I think in the barbershop, I think you got a little bit of lesson from each person. Depends where that person was at in their life. That if you got whatever you listen to from the barbershop, like you might get somebody that used to cut your hair. Only used to cut your hair. You know what kind of advice you're gonna get from him. It's gonna be how many girls you can get. Then you might get somebody like that used to cut my hair, and you're like, yo, man, take them out to a date. That's how you treat a woman. You know, open the door. It depends which person you get and where they at in the time of their life.
Now, you and I, D, are different because we already went to the barbershop with fathers. We already knew a foundation beforehand. Whereas you get the young, impressionable. I remember a kid was in the barbershop one time. He's 20 years old. He's like, yo, I don't trust women at all. He's 20. But you just started dealing with women. I mean, it's you know.
Man, he just started pissing straight. 20,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How dumb
but already the distrust, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's nurtured, right? That's taught. That's cultivated.
No doubt.
Yeah. So it speaks back to what you were talking about earlier. The throughout time, I think even before, you know, when people was wearing zoot suits, right? It was to draw attention. It was to be fly. It was to look fresh, look like you have money. So all of that stuff was always an attractiveness to that, symbols of wealth. And I think it got steroids pumped into it like 70s, 80s, 90s. Because now instead of like having a nice suit, having a decent car, you have millions of dollars. You throwing money at the club. You're, drinking champagne and just pouring it out. You know, it's this exorbitant amount of excess.
Do you remember Chris Brown had a song that said, "These hoes ain't loyal"? They was mad that he called them disloyal.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so true. He never said
they were upset about the disloyalty part.
They wasn't mad.
They're kidding about wow. True. Yeah, that's deep. Yep.
We are too loyal.
That's
first of all, when she said we, you have to listen to that. When they say we, I'm like, oh wait, are you saying that you yourself identify as this other word?
Yep.
Yep. You gotta say it properly, because if you be
right,
they'd be like, what you mean? You just wait. Are you saying you identify as one of these garden tools?
Yo, and then
check yes or no.
Bitches and shit, but whole tricks. Like, I said, I ain't no trick. I ain't no.
Yep. That's a reality.
Yeah, when you think about
that's a fact.
Even worse than that, they're actually singing the lyrics better than you because they know the song better too. They teaching you the words. Like, you don't know this part? No.
Oh, that's deep, man. That's deep. But
we in trouble.
We in trouble. Kelvin, say it again before we wrap out.
My people don't. Oh, we never gonna get over yes.
And on that note, we want to thank everybody for rocking out with us. Check out our man Gordon still, man. Everything, what he's doing down there in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for the brothers that Let's Chop It Up, we want to say peace, and peace.